Alright, welcome back everybody. I just dealt with some minor issues, considering not so minor actually. I was dealing with some sound issues that was going on at the time. I hope it worked now. If it didn't, then I might goof. I might have to load before this, which I wouldn't really mind, honestly. Right now we're going to be choosing our star system. This is where we're going to go and do our missions. There's two places to go for the most part. There is this space area here is likely Steiner missions, or this area here is likely Davion missions. They are two warring factions. Davion is fighting against Steiner for essentially control of the inner sphere, the galaxy. And we're going to be choosing one of those, and I think I'm going to be choosing the thing. I don't really choose Eden enough, so I'm going to be choosing there. This is a desert planet, this is an ice planet. We're going to be jumping to Eden and using our really bad, poorly designed mechs to, destroy convoys and do stupid things and wreak havoc. So let's go. Yeah, I was always confused by that, but that is entirely natural. That's how it sounds, the animation. Alright, free sky movements break peace. 15th of January, 3066. The volatile isle of the Sky region is feeling the pain of internal conflict as its Duke Robert Quelsus Steiner continues his bid for independence from the Lyrian Alliance. Lyrian Alliance, there we go. Though independence is not officially backed by Prince Victor Davion, there has been much obvious coordination between Quelsus Steiner's and Davion's efforts. Many planets have been stripped of regular military units as both sides of the sky conflict jockey for control of indecisive planets. Militia commanders on several worlds have been forced into declaring martial law to keep the peace. The result thus far has been anything but peaceful. Private industries and low-level governors have begun to loosen their purse strings for short-term mercenary contracts to protect their personal interests. This actually means a lot, because this is exactly what's happening on this planet. Engage and destroy Eaton, Merc Alley. Engage and destroy the convoy of Lyrian loyalists that is moving supplies across the desert west of the capital. The loyalists are making little effort to hide their movements and are likely expecting attack in force. Do not underestimate them. Yeah, this is essentially just...
The governor's intelligence assets have located a semi-regular supply route that the Lyrian loyalists are using to move military supplies through the desert west of the capital. For the governor to carry out his separatist agenda, he needs those shipments disrupted. We are being offered full salvage on convoy assets we capture. All in all, a pretty lucrative mission.
Essentially, we're just doing a raid. So that's all that's going to be happening. We're going to put Hannibal here. I'm going to throw in Bullseye and Beowulf. All glorious players. I'm going to be using the Raven. I'm going to say Hannibal uses the Chimera. Yes, I didn't rename these. I apologize. I promised to do that, but I have more pressing things to do. We're going to give him the Hellspawn, and finally him the final Chimera, because Beowulf has really good gunnery. Alright, that should be sufficient for what we're going to do, and get ready to see what this game is about. Alright, 3, 2, 1, lift off.
Okay, Spectre Lance, give an operational ready report. We're crossing the line of departure. Enemy contact is imminent.
This is Bullseye. Give me a target. This is Hannibal. Ready up. Beowulf, ready up.
Spectre, this is Castle.
They all
Convoy
have their own
is dead
little
ahead.
voices and
I'm
blurbs.
marking intended interceptors nav point Alpha. Good hunting.
For the first few missions, there's not a lot of dialogue and things going on for the most part. There's just a few blurbs
Listen
and
up,
blips about
people.
what you should...
This is mostly a salvage run. Take out the armed vehicles, but leave the rest.
For now.
The less we
For the
blow
most
up,
part,
the more we
it's
take
just a
home.
salvage run. There's not much going on. There's not much to kill. There's not much to do.
Roger. Looks
Essentially,
like
it
light
gives us a
armor
lot to sell.
assets. Nothing too heavy.
And the best part about this game is there's all types of different tools and weapons and machines. There's tanks. There's armor, such as this. There we go, it's dead. That's my next target on the line. Well, it looks to be a missile boats. There we go. That's dead as shit. Alright. But yeah, for the most part, we're just essentially raiding light vehicles and convoys for the first few missions. And that essentially gets you used to the controls and the combat system that is given to you by this game. There's the missiles flying. Those are likely LRMs? Yes, they are. LRMs often have an arc in the air, and they're lock-on, so stuff like that happens. As you can see in the bottom right corner, that's my health and stuff. Each individual piece changes color based upon how damaged it is. Red is the worst, green is the best. As you can see, my aim is not exactly impeccable. I usually play assaults and heavier mechs, which is what I'm used to.
1 minute.
Roger, Castle.
There we
Spectre
go.
Lance, initiate partial air watch. Vanguard armor assets destroyed. I'm picking up coded signals in the military band. Someone's still out there. Medium tanks moving in from the northeast pass. We'll have to take them out as well. Those Myrmidons mount PPCs. They'll punch a hole in your mech if you're not careful. Concentrate fire on the Myrmidons.
God damn. They hold the sniper rifles, which can cause immense damage to your mech in very quick succession. Usually the easiest way to deal with them is essentially to circle strafe them and stay away from them and stay around them. But sometimes that's not possible, especially when your mech is heavier or your aim is inferior. As there, I got hit by one, regardless.
Target destroyed.
There we go.
Target destroyed.
Honestly, I prefer a lot more fire rate than power right now because this is not exactly my jam. There we go.
Target destroyed.
As you can see, it's really situational about your aim and so on.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Alright, they're down. Which leaves us
Air
with
threat neutralized.
nothing. We're done. We finished the mission.
Convoy, set your heading 350. Stray from that course or broadcast on any frequency and you'll be vaporized. Cooperate and you'll be free to go.
Commander, I'm not sure if the governor will be pleased with our letting loyalists go like that.
We're here for the payday, Castle, not the politics. Get salvage in here and see what we can use. Thermite bomb the rest.
Roger, sir. TAC ops preparing for salvage and recovery.
As I predicted, sir, a pretty lucrative haul. We recovered a good spread of weapon systems intended for loyalist repair and refit. Be sure to double our unit loadouts in the mech lab and check the free market. If you need to raise money quickly, selling excess chassis and weapons is always a good start.
Yeah, essentially that's what we're going to be doing. We didn't face any real resistance there, nothing of any danger, nothing to handle for the most part, but we are doing relatively well for ourselves with large pulses, medium pulses, PPCs, ACs, and so LBX ACs, which is what we're going to be getting. Let's look at that and see if we can't change anything up here in a moment. Which, actually, I'm just going to purchase a few things here quick. Namely, extra range lasers. And 2 more small pulses. And then I'm going to start looking down the line at see if I can't have any clan stuff. Clan Ultra 2s and Ultra 5s. Those things are not exactly my jam. There's the C-streaks I've been looking for. Alright, I'm purchasing all of those. There we go. This will put into perspective how much more effective C-streak is. I have an SRM-6 and an SRM-4 putting me at a power of 15. Which, if we replace them with C-streaks, immediately puts us to 24. And then if we replace 2 of the med lasers with the R med lasers, say, as I am doing right now, goes from 24 to 20, well 20, point is it was higher. Then you can just add ammunition back, see how it just is more efficient. What I'm contemplating doing actually is dropping these all together and then throwing in triple small pulse, which would not be as efficient for the stat, but it would be a lot more enjoyable for me because my aim is not exactly the best, and throwing more means I hit more. That's likely the only change I'm going to make here real quick. Let's change these back to 2. This way, if as long as I'm aiming at something when I start the firing sequence, every shot will track. That's the only difference. Let's then go to orbital view, and we'll probably do the second mission right now. Let's see if there's anything new. Nope. Besides this, 11th Avalon Hussars surrender, 22nd of January, 3066. It is a significant breaking point in the battle for the planet of New Syrtis. Elements of the 11th Avalon Hussars have surrendered to the Vanguard Legion Mercenary Unit. That's not us, by the way, sadly. Wish it was. Reports indicate the Vanguard Legion Mercenaries have been a vital part of Duke George Michael Hesse's planetary defense, routinely deployed in the fiercest fighting. It is unclear how many of the Hussars have given up the fight, but all indications point to a swift end to this brutal conflict. As you can see, the universe around you is constantly changing. You're just part of a large universe. A lot of things are going to be happening that are plot relevant in this little box. And occasionally you'll hear about yourself. It is not very often, though. Eaton, Merc Alley A. Still sending convoys through the Barlow Gap. Every convoy that goes missing helps the governor. See the governor, as stated in the previous one, who is willing to pay mercenaries such as ourselves. Governor both with supplies and by diverting loyalist forces to convoy protection. Convoy escorts are bigger now, so expect a tougher fight than last time. This is going to be namely medium mechs and possibly a single one or two large mechs. Heavies. Namely an Argus, which is not very safe to bet against. I would rather not fight an Argus, but this mission has one, so we'll just do that quickly, kill the Argus, do this mission, and then the next episode I'll just redesign everything, show you what I did, and go to the next one. So let's just do this.
The Loyalists are continuing to move supplies across the western desert. It's likely that they've stepped up security, but they can't cover all the convoys they have running.
Alright, let's get started.
Watch your sector, Spectre Lance. It's an easy bet they've stepped up the convoy escorts.
Roger.
Commander, be advised. I have good SATCOM tracking on the convoy. I mark 20 vehicles and 2 mech escorts. You are just over a kilometer out from their current position. Over.
Alright, let's do this. Namely, I want
Okay,
to
you
make sure
heard the
that
lady. Let's hit them hard
everyone
and
takes
fast.
out that
Concentrate
Argus.
fire on mech escort and move on to the armed vehicles.
There's really
Leave as
only
many
two
convoy vehicles as possible for salvage.
Roger.
things that are of dangerous to it.
900 meters.
ID 2 Demolisher tanks. Don't get too close.
Only 2 things of relative danger to us. That Demolisher 2 right there, and the Argus. There's another mech, a Chimera, that we have to deal with, but that thing is actually surprisingly weak. Let's get that eyes on that, there's the Chimera right there. Let's get eyes on this
I
Argus.
show attack chopper squadron moving to your location.
Come on.
Maintain air watch.
Why am I
Roger.
cycling?
See if
I
you can
should
get
be
some
cycling.
Allied air cover to
Everyone
smoke out that
attack thy
airfield.
target.
Copy. Roger. Roger.
Here's the cell point of them.
Allied air
Ding,
units are moving to
ding,
intercept
ding,
choppers.
ding.
Watch your
Yes, they
friendly
can
fire
fire
indicators.
constantly, which
Copy.
is their selling
Watch
point.
your crosshairs, people. If they go blue, don't shoot.
Roger.
As you can see, I'm not the best of aim. You'll see in the medium lance, like when I have a stronger medium lance or heavy lance or whatever, that my aim is a lot more impeccable when it comes to that.
Target destroyed.
There we go, we've killed the
Target
Argus.
eliminated.
The only
Down.
real dangerous thing. Let's drop these bulldogs and Vendays. Fuck if I know. Whatever they are, they're dead as shit now.
Target destroyed.
Alright, that's
Target
dead. Let's
destroyed.
enter this enemy bulldog too. That thing is dead.
Warning. Heat exceeding recommended level.
You press F to fire cool shot, a little bar next to your heat. There you go. As you can see, if you look at the bottom of the screen, I probably should have explained that to you better, but I thought it was pretty self-explanatory. Alright, there's the final movements in the bulldog. As you can see, the Chimera has just gotten here. It has just really gotten into the fight for the most part. Most of the time, I find that this Chimera really does nothing to damage anyone or cause any problems. He is not exactly a dangerous force to be reckoned with. Namely because I'm circle strafing him like a goddamn genius. There we go. Alright, he's being a bit of a pain, but I'm doing relatively well against him considering the circumstances. As you can see, if you don't fire right before, if you're not aiming on them when you're firing, it does not lock on entirely, only if it'll essentially just fire a normal volley towards your cursor. He's almost down. We've almost broken his entire right half. Oh, he is legged. He has lost a leg based upon... Oh, that is sad to watch. Look at him limp. Alright. Throwing more into his other leg. Let's see if we can't leg him. Be beautiful.
Mech escorts eliminated.
Yep.
Take out
we killed
that
him
armor.
by legging. Here's the Demolisher. These things are very tough. I'd say these things are even... Oh, okay, he didn't shoot me. Somewhat comparable to light
destroyed.
mechs. They're extremely powerful. They deal a lot of damage. They can fire extreme amounts of damage very quickly. And that's
Stand
the danger
down,
of them.
convoy. You are hereby taken as salvage. Screw with us, and you won't live to regret it.
That did it, sir. Salvage is en route.
Another solid run, Commander. Please review the inventory of salvaged items closely. Several clan tech weapons were taken. I'm sure you'll want to mount them before our next mission. Remember to check out the free market and sell off excess items as needed.
Oh goodness, we've got the 60-ton Argus and a Chimera with us. We can sell the Chimera and keep the Argus. That's likely what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be selling the Raven and the Chimera to replace with the Argus, and then probably replacing the Chimeras with maybe something from the shop. But until then, I'll just do my thing, create my lance, and then we'll be done. Well, I'll create my lance, and I'll see you afterwards. So, good job watching me, everybody, and my incessant rambling. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good day. Fucking Lance Commander Doof out. Woozies.